Welcome to Behind the Veil. Now, here is your transformational coach, Tammy Cox.
Okay, so I like to start this with intention. My intention is to get you as far on your healing journey as I possibly can in this short period of time to get you the clarity that you need to move forward. And if I could give you one thing on this call that could make the biggest impact for you, what would that one thing be?
Um, you know, I don't know. I guess like unlocking, like when I mean unlocking, I mean like there's obviously this center inside of me that's like locked up where I'm not able to fully surrender like myself in relationships. And I guess it's maybe a fear, or I don't really know how to describe it. It's really confusing to me as it is for other people who are involved with me.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay, so let's dig into that. Unlocking, what do you think it is that you need to unlock? What do you know it
um,
is that you need to unlock?
I guess fear of commitment. Like I can't commit to any relationship like ever. There's something inside of me that's like, nope, not gonna do that because I guess like I my brain will want to abandon a situation, so I'm not abandoned. So like if I don't know, it doesn't even there's really not even a trigger. It's just like this deep sense of fear of abandonment.
So let's dig into that. The fear of commitment means,
Dedicating my life to someone who is going to hurt me and leave me as a result.
where does that come from?
Mm, if I really think long and hard, I know a lot of it comes from childhood, but I also had another traumatic experience in my adulthood and my marriage with my ex-husband.
Yeah, what was that?
So I was married to my high school sweetheart. We got married at 18, and I did not picture myself being with anyone else. I knew that I wanted to be with this person for the rest of my life. And unfortunately, many things contributed to that. I would say that his mental health was not good, but my mental health wasn't good as well. And I dealt with a lot of insecurities. I always felt like he was going to cheat on me. I was super jealous, overbearing. I didn't want him to have like friends that were girls. I was just very controlling. And as I take a step back and look at that relationship in the past, I can see my character flaws and defects that ultimately led to that. But I also see a lot of his as well. And I fought really hard for that marriage. Even when he got into drugs and alcohol, and things became abusive, not only physically but emotionally. I wanted to go to therapy and work on those things, and I held on for dear life, which ultimately it didn't really matter, because he didn't want to be with me anymore, and he left me and our son. So it was like I think our son was 6, 7 months old when he left, and he chose partying, drugs, and alcohol over our family or going to therapy and working on those issues and like getting better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's dig into a little bit of those jealousy and controlling parts of yourself. What was it that drove you to jealousy, control, possibly manipulation, it sounds like a little bit?
So I didn't have those feelings originally. It was actually one night I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and she's like, you don't go through your man's phone. And I was like, no, I don't go through his phone. I was like, I don't see a reason to go through his phone. I trust him. And she's like, oh, well, that's your biggest mistake. You should never trust a man. She's like, go through his phone right now because he was sleeping. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. And she was like, just do it. So I went through his phone and I saw that he was sending shirtless pictures to his ex-girlfriend and he was still communicating with his ex-girlfriends and stuff. And that is where all of those emotions, all of that feeling of distrust, jealousy, all of that started with that because it was essentially, even though I broke, I guess, privacy, like I went through his stuff, which I wish I wouldn't have. Like looking back, I wish I would have just not looked at it at all, but that's when that started for me. So I felt like I couldn't trust my partner. I felt like I wasn't valued as his partner because he could go and do those things behind my back through the phone and everything. And I had confronted him about it, and he felt remorse. He felt sorry. I told him I was going to break up with him. He said he promised he would never do it again, which he didn't. Um, but like I was obsessive, like would go through his phone all the time in our relationship because I had these ruminating thoughts that he would do that to me again. And so that's where that started. And I felt like I couldn't trust him. And that was only 2 months into our relationship when we were in high school. So
Mm.
that's when that started. And I can say that I don't feel those emotions anymore. Like I've come out of that and I don't want to be that person anymore. And even in my other relationships that I've had after my marriage, I haven't I haven't seen any of those like that side of me that was in my marriage. Like I don't feel that way. In fact, um I don't believe in going through people's phones, like especially a partner. I think it's an
Well, so let's
invasion.
let's focus on this. I want to know what are the so since this marriage, the ending of this marriage, what kind of relationships have you had? What is the dynamic or pattern in these relationships since?
Um, Unstable people who also use substances and have mental health disorders. So, I say I don't have a type because they all look different, but I actually do have a type and it's crazy. So,
So it's unstable, mental health. What other attributes do these men have?
um, they're really fun.
Let's
Um,
let's look more at the negative ones. So the more so they're unstable, mental health, a lot of them struggle with drug abuse. What else do they have in common?
Possessive and controlling.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, I think that's about it. Like they have their own mental health struggles like bipolar and substance abuse issues as well as possessiveness and controlling like behavior. Like one of my boyfriends didn't like that I massaged men, you know. And I'm like, "Well, you knew I was a massage therapist when we got together." So, I don't,
Hmm.
so stuff like that.
Okay, I get it.
Jealousy, um, fear of abandonment as well. They all have fear of abandonment. And I've noticed that I'm an emotional avoidant, and all of my partners have been anxious, attached, like they have like an anxious attachment style, whereas I'm like an emotional avoidant. I've done
Perfect.
a lot of therapy work, so I'm able to identify all of these things and
Yeah, that's great. That's what makes
yeah.
this easier to tap into. Okay, so this is the part where we're gonna go in, okay? This is a quantum healing, which means that some of this stuff may feel like you might have your conscious mind come in at some point when I'm taking you through this process, and it might say, "Oh, what is this? This is weird." Blah blah blah. Your conscious mind is going to say things, and when it does, I need you to just let those thoughts go and relax back into what we're doing because your conscious mind is not going to get it. Okay. What I want to do through this technique is really tap into your subconscious mind where everything lies. all these um, all these emotions that are trapped in the body. The whole point of this is to release the emotions. So when the emotions come up, we're going into the pain. We're not avoiding it. And this might be hard for you because you're an avoidant attacher. So you might resist going into the pain. But I need to tell you the pain is the key. That's what we're eliminating. And the only way we can eliminate it is to go right into the center of it. So when you feel your body wanting to resist, I want you to imagine your color, and you're going to understand what I'm saying in a minute. I want you to imagine your color, and I want you to relax your body into it. And this is going to give you the keys to be able to, instead of resisting the pain in the future, you're going to go into it to see the wisdom it has for you. Because the pain is letting you know something, a belief that is inside of your body. So we're going in there to find the beliefs that you're still holding on to that are keeping you from all the things that you want. We're going into the fear. Okay. And by doing that, we're going to get the answers, but we're also going to release the pain of what that little girl, that little you went through. Okay. Because until we let her feel her feelings, she's going to sit there inside of you and hold all that pain in her. So I'm telling you all this so that you know not to resist it, even though that is your tendency. That's your protective mechanism because that is the way you survive. So we're going to honor that little girl, everything that she went through, but we're also going to give her a voice. We're going to let her feel her feelings. I'm going to have you do that for her. Okay. Because she couldn't do it for herself. So are you open and willing to let her have her voice, feel her feelings, and to release it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. Okay, so I want you to get in a position. Ideally, I like you to have a position where you can keep your spine really straight, but also have your feet flat on the ground. But I think I see, are you in a bed?
Yeah, I mean, I could flip-flop around over here.
I mean, that's the ideal situation. It'll work regardless, but I feel that it works better when your body is a tuning fork. So when it's in certain positions, it's more easily we can easily access things and release. So it makes it that nice smooth antenna. Are you able to get in that position?
I probably can.
But I don't want you on your knees because that might be difficult on you.
Mm,
Do you have a chair?
mm, not.
That's okay.
Hold
You
on.
can go
I
back
think
on the.
I have like hold on 1 second. I have a little ottoman
Oh, there you go.
that I
That's
can sit on.
that's perfect.
All right.
Okay. So I want you to make your spine nice and straight, feet flat on the floor, ideally with no shoes or socks on. And I want you to close your eyes. Could you move the screen just a little bit further up so I can see your eye? There we go. Perfect. And I want you to close your eyes and I want you to begin to connect to your breath. With each inhale in, I want you to guide that air all the way down through your body, all the way to the bottom of your spine. And I want you to connect to the earth, rising up to meet you, to hold you. I want you to feel it below your feet. I want you to feel it below your sit bones. Just connect to the earth below and connect to your breath. Breathing in slow, deep, that's right, conscious, aware breaths. And as you exhale, I want you to just release resistance. And I want you to feel with each exhalation that your body is letting go and your muscles are relaxing and you're just sinking into this moment. You're grounding into this present moment. You're going deep inside of your body. You're being present with the body, aware of the earth rising up to meet you. And I want you to become aware also of a big, beautiful, healing energy bubble right above your head. In fact, sitting right there on top of your head. And I actually want you to give this healing energy bubble a color. Any color that feels healing, loving, peaceful to you right now. What color would that be, first impression?
Turquoise blue.
Turquoise. So I want you to connect to that turquoise color And I want you to begin to notice that right there at the top of your head is a moonroof. I want you to allow that moonroof to open, open, open wide to receiving this beautiful healing energy. That's right. And as you open that up, I want you to allow in this beautiful healing turquoise energy to come down through the top of your head. That's right, to stream down through the top of your head, filling each and every cell as it moves down. I want you to picture all the cells of your body opening up wide to receiving this healing, loving energy. And we're going to move it down through the top of your head to fill both right and left hemispheres of your brain, filling your eyes, your ears, your cheeks, your nose, your chin, your jaw with this beautiful turquoise healing energy. And as it moves down, I want you to feel it going deeper and deeper and deeper. That's right. Allowing it to move down your neck and your throat, filling each cell as it moves down. I want you to bring it down to your shoulders. That's right. Filling each muscle, each tendon, each tissue, each cell and strand of DNA, RNA, all the way down to your epigenetics, going deeper, deeper, and deeper still, moving down your arms to your elbows and your wrists and your fingertips, filling your entire arms with this healing, loving turquoise energy. And I want you to bring it to your heart center, your chest, and I want you to allow it to open up your heart and move through your heart. That's right. Seeing each cell open up to receiving it, knowing that it's safe and good and right for you to receive this healing, relaxing, beautiful energy as it moves down your stomach and your back, filling each organ, each muscle, each tissue as it goes down, 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 deeper and deeper to your hips, down to your knees, down to your ankles, and down to your toes, filling each and every cell. That's right. And I want you to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale out, I want you to make this turquoise energy go like a bubble all the way around your body. That's right. Like a bubble that reaches 6 feet all around your body. That's right. Energizing every cell in your auric field, each and every cell, allowing it to go deeper. And with each breath you take and each beat of your heart, allow that bubble to expand out. Expand out, expand out. That's right. 24 feet, 38 feet, 50 feet, all around your body. And as it moves out, notice and recognize that it's actually allowing this potent, powerful turquoise energy to absorb into each and every one of your cells. That's right. And as long as you're in this energy bubble, you feel safe, you feel loved, you feel protected. In fact, this feeling, this relaxation in your body is your natural set point. It is your emotional set point that's natural and innate to you. It's who you really are. And if any point during this process that you need to feel protected, safe, loved, held, all you have to do is tune into this turquoise energy bubble around your body, and you will know and feel that support. Now, I want you to tune inside your body. I want you to go all the way into the center, all the way to the very center of your body. And I'm going to bring your awareness and your attention back to that conversation we had where you were talking about this fear of commitment. And I want you to recognize that there is a place in your body where these feelings stem from originally, this fear of commitment. I want you, first impression, to place your hand on the area where these emotions seem to be stemming from originally. Just take your hand and place it on this area. That's right. Tune in, feel in to this emotion. What color is it?
Red.
It's red. I want you to go into the very center of that red, all the way to the nucleus, the very center of it. And as you do, I want you to become aware that projecting out from this red from your body is a screen. Tune into that screen, and as it gets clearer and clearer, you'll notice that on this screen is the very first memory you have of these emotions. So allow it to get clearer and clearer and clearer. It'll be the first picture that pops up. Your conscious mind may come in and try and talk you out of it, but I want you to trust that very first picture. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Don't resist the emotions when they come up. I want you to let them come up. This is you letting yourself feel every emotion connected to this image because this is pain stuck in the body. First impression, how old are you in this image?
I don't remember, but I remember I was a
Yes.
child.
Guess the age. It'll come up on the screen of your mind.
Um, Probably like 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Are you with someone or are you alone?
I'm with my parents.
You're with your parents. You could put your hand down. What's happening in this image?
Um, um,
Keep your spine straight and let yourself continue to feel those feelings. I don't want you to resist them. I want you to go into them.
um, my mom and dad were they're my mom like has blood all over her and my dad is beating on her.
Mm-hmm. I want you to see the bubble that your 5 or 6 year old self is in, that red bubble she's in. And I want you to go into that red bubble with her. And as you do, you're feeling every single thing that she's feeling in this moment. You're letting her know that you've come all the way back in time to be with her in this moment, that you knew that she couldn't carry this load that she's carrying. So you've come to take this load from her. Don't resist the emotions. I want you to feel it. I want you to let her know that you've come to feel it for her because she simply must feel these emotions. I want you to let her know that it's safe to feel them. First impression, what is she feeling right here in this moment?
Fear.
Mm-hmm. What else is she feeling? Look
Um,
deep into her eyes, deep into her eyes. What is she feeling?
what is she feeling with me being there or
No, no. What is she feeling in this moment?
pain and scared? Like she's really, really scared.
Mm-hmm. What is she scared of?
Her parents.
What else is she experiencing right now in this moment?
And like no stability, like just like absolute terror and fear for her mother,
Mm-hmm.
and also watching like just absolute fear. That's the only emotion that really comes to mind, and sadness and fear.
Mm-hmm. What is she believing about herself in this moment?
She's alone.
She's alone. What else is she believing about herself right now in this moment?
She's unsafe.
She's unsafe. What else is she believing about herself in this moment?
I don't really know.
You can't feel into it.
I
Go.
just I just know that fear is like the biggest thing that I can gather from this experience.
What is she believing about her father here in this moment?
That he's bad.
He's bad. What else?
I'm feeling or she's feeling hatred.
Hatred. What else?
I guess confusion, like why does why do I have to go through this? You know, why
Mm-hmm.
me?
Mm-hmm. What else is she believing about her dad in this moment?
That he's awful. Like how could he do this to my mom?
What do you believe? What is she believing about her mom in this moment?
I guess helpless.
She's helpless. What else is she believing about her mom in this moment?
Um that she's gonna die. I thought for sure she wouldn't live through that.
Mm-hmm.
Thought he was killing her. At
Mm-hmm.
6 years old, you can imagine that being a pretty
Yeah,
big
stay in the
thing.
moment. I want you to go into her red bubble. And I want you to look deep into her eyes. In fact, I want you to get down on her level. And I want you to look deep into her eyes. And I want you to tell her that she's not alone, that you're here with her, that you've always been there and you always will be. I want you to tell her that none of this is her fault, that she didn't deserve to see this. I want you to tell her that she's perfect exactly how she is, that she's a beautiful divine soul that came here with a purpose. I want you to tell her that everything is going to be all right and that you're going to be with her every step of the way, all the way through her life. In fact, I want you to let her know all the things that she needs to know in order to move forward, in order to know how wonderful she is and beautiful she is. What else does she need to hear from you right here in this moment?
That this isn't how a loving relationship should look like,
Mm-hmm. What else?
and that it's not her fault,
Mm-hmm.
and that she's loved and everything will be okay.
Mm-hmm. What else does she need to hear from you in this moment? This is your time to give her all the new sets of beliefs, everything that needs to be installed that wasn't, about what love can be, about what she deserves.
I guess I would tell her, or I'm telling her, she doesn't have to be a product of her upbringing.
Mm-hmm. Who does she get to be? Who does she want to be? I want you to scoop her up in your arms. I want you to connect to her fully. There's some resistance there. I want you to soften and allow her feelings to be absorbed by you because you have come back to her in this moment because she's still in there feeling all these things. This is your opportunity to clear it from her tracks so she doesn't have to live with this pain anymore. I want you to scoop her up in your arms. And I want you to let her know that she's safe with you, that you're going to protect her, that you're going to give her a new set of beliefs so that you could change the trajectory of her life, knowing that she doesn't have to accept this for herself, but she must be able to be seen and heard by you. What new beliefs do you get to give her that will set her up for the life that she will love?
And she doesn't have to hold all of that weight because it wasn't hers to carry.
Mm-hmm.
She is beautiful and smart,
Mm-hmm.
and that she's safe and loved.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have to live in fear
Yes.
or blame herself for her parents' actions.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have to have unstable relationships like them.
Mm-hmm. So, what new beliefs does she need in order to have and call in that beautiful, wonderful love that she desires? What beliefs will she need about herself? Tell her how important she is, how wonderful she is, how deserving of all the glorious love that her soul desires. Tell her how precious she is. Is she believing this? What color is her bubble now?
Blue,
It's blue. Beautiful. And what's the expression on her face now?
she's smiling.
She's smiling. Beautiful. Now I want you to turn your attention to your mother in this scene. What color is her bubble?
Red.
It's red. I want you to go into her bubble. I want you to feel everything she's feeling in this moment, knowing that all your mom's wounding, all of her pain, all of her trauma, all the undealt with shit became yours on the moment of conception, because that's how DNA works. And I want you to look deep into her eyes. What is she feeling right here in this moment?
Worthless,
What else?
unworthy,
Mm-hmm.
dead,
Mm-hmm.
broken,
Mm-hmm.
sad, angry. She's experiencing a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? I want you to look deep into her eyes. What do you want to say to your mother in this moment?
That I love her.
Mm-hmm. I want you to let her know that she's not worthless, that she is so worthy of all the good that she desires. I want you to let her know that she's not dead or broken, that she simply inherited pain that she couldn't handle, she wasn't equipped to deal with, but that you're going to take this from her, that you're going to feel it for her, all those things that she didn't have the strength to feel for herself. I want you to literally take it from her. In fact, I want you to turn her energy bubble into a blue one. And I want you to tell her, Mother, you are so beautiful. You're so worthy. And as you look deep in her eyes, I want you to see that little 4 or 5-year-old girl within her who's scared, who's alone, who feels all the things that your 4 or 5-year-old self felt and is feeling in this moment. I want you to see that in her, knowing that she is you and you are her. That's right. I want you to give her your blue energy bubble. And I want you to tell her that this energy bubble, as long as she's connected to it, she'll feel safe and held. And she'll no longer let anyone treat her with any sort of disrespect or unlovingness because she knows her worth. She knows her value, and she will no longer let anyone else treat her out of alignment with her true divine self. Is she believing you?
No.
No. What I want you to ask her what it will take for her to believe you. What does she say?
She doesn't know.
Well, I want you to energize her energy, her blue energy bubble, with each breath you take and each beat of your heart. And I want you to let her know that she'll come back here as much as she needs in order for her to feel this. Because as you heal that little girl within you, you also heal your mother and you also heal your father. For you're all connected through the DNA. As you heal the entire lineage. You heal your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, your great-great-grandkids through this work that you do right here and now. So I want you to go ahead and breathe in. And as you exhale out, I want you to exhale out that blue energy bubble to the entire home. That's right, the entire home of that memory. I want you to see it pulsating stronger and stronger so that this loving, healing energy generates a brand new awareness, a brand new coding, a brand new system that you're bringing in right here, right now with your awareness, with your love, with your intention. Now, I want you to bring your attention back to your 5 or 6-year-old self. I want you to see her in her blue energy. I want you to see her face radiating from this new energy that you gave her after taking from her all these bricks and blocks that she's been carrying around. I want you to see that lightness in her eyes. I want you to connect to that, remembering that you are her and she is you, and you are one. And I want you to shrink her down to the size of a postage stamp or smaller. And I want you to literally pick her up and place her inside of your heart. That's right, scoop her up in your hands. I want you to place her inside of your heart so that anytime she needs to connect with you, all she has to do is call for you. And you're going to feel her because she's right there inside of you, directly connected to your heart. And anytime she needs you, you're going to be with her. No matter what age she is, you're going to come back for her. You're going to remind her of who she really is and what she really came here to do. That's right. And bring your awareness back to that room where you and your mother, father were in that memory, seeing them all wrapped up in this blue bubble, minus your 5, 6-year-old self who's now in your heart. She's not even there anymore. See and feel that pulsating love bubble, filling that entire house, knowing that you changed the course and the trajectory of history just by doing this work right here and now. And I want you in your mind's eye to go about 30 feet above that scene. And as you do, I want you to look down, see all of them in that room, minus your 5 or 6-year-old self, because she's now in your heart. And I want you to see your parents wrapped up in that blue energy bubble. That's right. And I want you to make your way back to the present moment. And as you do, I want you to look down and see all those old structures crumbling, falling away, resolving with so much ease and grace and flow. And in their place, strong, blue, loving structures. That's right. Rewriting history, recoding the entire lineage with this new, powerful, pulsating blue energy, this healing, loving energy. That's right. Seeing all those old structures falling away, crumbling, dissolving, resolving with so much ease and grace and flow. That's right. Coming back to the present moment 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 1 year from now. And I want you to pause right here on the present moment, looking down, seeing you sitting right there on that stool, right here in the present moment. And I want you to make your way back down, down, down to reintegrate back into the body, to bring all these parts of yourself back together, allowing that moon roof to open. And as you're reintegrating all these parts of yourself back in, I want you to see that blue, pulsating, powerful, healing energy coming back down through the top of your head, re-energizing each cell with this new system, this new code, this new program, coming down, down, down through the top of your head, integrating to the shoulders, arms, legs. Breathing in, feeling that blue energy coming in, pulsating through each cell as it's realigning each cell to this new grid system. And as it does with each exhalation, I want you to see all the resistance, everything standing in the way, absolutely dissolving, moving out of your field. That's right, with ease and grace and flow, knowing that you've made your choice. You've called in the new system. The old system is completely gone, vanished, for it is no longer because of this new work that you've done, allowing in these new codes. Take a deep breath in, wiggle your fingers and toes, bat your eyes open when you're ready. How do you feel?
That was crazy. I haven't went back there for a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, these tears, they need to come out. You need to let that pain out. You can't hold on to this anymore. It's too heavy.
Yeah.
It's too heavy for this little girl to feel. She gets to get free and she's got to feel the feelings. I know it's hard to feel pain, but the pain is so good. It's always a gift to us, but not if we resist it, not if we see it as bad. It's the way our body is telling us, hey, we have something here that needs to be dealt with. And until it's dealt with, it's going to sit in there. So you have to let her feel all of it. So what's coming up for you now?
Um, I guess I knew that I had a lot of stuff like that, like stuck, you know? So it was a good release. So I'm feeling happy to have held myself as a little girl and to smile at her and tell her that everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I didn't get at that time that I really needed.
Yeah. And you get to give it to her because she witnessed some really horrific things. She watched two people that she loved hurt each other in
Yeah.
pain themselves, and you absorbed all their pain. So the pain that sits in your body, most of it just came down from them. And you must feel it and you must let it go. So I thought, I mean, it happens every time, but it's always eye-opening to me that when we went into that fear of commitment, that the image that popped up, the memory that popped up for you. And wouldn't a little girl who had to experience that in this love relationship, this romantic relationship, wouldn't it make sense for her to be scared? She's still sitting in there scared of commitment because if commitment is that, why would she want it?
Yeah.
And we didn't really dig. There was a little bit of resistance when it came to the beliefs. When I was asking you, what is she feeling about herself? What is she believing about herself? And you said she's alone and she's unsafe, which I think are totally, they're what we call life commands. And a life command is a limiting belief that is literally stamped onto all of your traumatic events. It's a very deeply installed limiting belief that you get to work on the most. You get to remind yourself that you're never alone. You get to remind yourself that you're safe. And I had, I had a lot of trauma in my childhood. One really great thing that you could do is recognize when that fear is coming up. Put your right hand on your heart and your left hand right here on your stomach, right above your belly button, And you want to tell yourself, you breathe in, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. And you could even bring her, image into your mind. She's safe. She's safe. She's held. She's not alone. I'm here with her. Because all these different ages that you've ever been still reside within you. You're not just the person that looks back at you in the mirror. You're all those different ages, all within this field, within this vehicle, right? So you get to be with all those different parts of yourself and give them whatever they need from you in that moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Feels good to you? Yeah. So I just took you through a really deep process, and you're going to be processing for, it could be the next couple of days, but I want you today to give yourself permission to feel the pain. You got to go right to the center of it. It helps with the color because these are the first two languages we learn when we're born before we have words. We have color and emotion, and they get trapped together. And that's essentially how I could tap into your memories, is by utilizing those first two languages you learned. So when the resistance come up, when the triggers come up, I want you to go to the very center of it. I want you to feel where it's at in your body, and I want you to go into it without resistance, knowing that you got to feel it to heal it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd love for you to check back in with me in a couple days and see if anything else came up for you, to see, what you were able to pull from this, because it's really hard to do that now because I just brought you out of
Yeah.
hypnosis essentially. So, um, and
Yeah, that was really cool. I did feel resistance at first, like for myself, like wanting to go into that. And then once I was there, it was almost like I wasn't able to get out of it. So I was like, damn, like I'm here, like I can't get out of it, you know? So
the
yeah,
truth is you can, but I had asked you ahead of time not to, because I've had some people pop out, and it's not good when you pop out early
yeah,
because you have this unresolved loop that's in your system. That's why, I'll have some people that start to open their eyes, and I'm like, no, you got to stay absorbed in it, because that's the only way to really heal the shit. It's
yeah,
uncomfortable. We don't like to feel pain. We go, no. But the truth is, the pain is just a message. A
yeah.
message.
I learned that in massage school. I feel like that's why I'm not as resistive as I used to be, because in massage school they taught us how to heal ourselves so we could heal others.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yep. We're all attracted to certain modalities. I created this one because it's what I found worked the fastest. And I wanted to be able to make a really big impact on the shortest amount of time ever. But like I told you before, it's intense.
Yeah, it is. I didn't think I was gonna cry, but
I've had a lot of people laugh at me when I told them to bring tissue. So, but
yeah.
it's it's a gift you get to give yourself. That little girl, she needs to be heard and seen and loved. She still needs that because she still is inside of you needing that. So you get to give that to her. And I'd love for, I get a lot of response when people watch their or listen to it back. I get a lot of response. You're going to get even more healing when you watch it back. So make sure you do that, even though you will have resistance.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
You are so welcome. Thank you for letting me see into those parts of you, because I was there for all of it. I was that um the observer in all of it. So I consider it such an honor that you let me go there with you, and to walk you through that is just, it's like it heals parts of me every time I do it. So it's such an honor, and I'd love your feedback, after you've done some processing.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. You were a beautiful candidate. You went there.
Yeah, thank you.
You really did. And sometimes people's resistance will keep them from going all the way there, but you went there. And that's only because of all the inner work you have been doing. So keep going, girl. You got
Thank
this.
you. I appreciate you so
You're
much.
so welcome. We'll keep in touch, okay?
I'll let you know in a few days how I'm feeling. Thank you again.
Okay, hun. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.